Hi, today we're going to do an interview for the new teacher of the school Santo Ángel, Sures, and we're going to start.
Did you go to the university? If so, what did you have to do to be admitted?
I didn't go to university. After high school, I went and did my Cambridge University advanced levels in sciences in a university, in a college back in Asia. And then I went to the States, United States, in Minnesota, and I did my undergraduate. They call it undergraduate over there. It's a bachelor's of arts. I did it in political science and psychology. And then I did my master's in political science as well, concentration in human rights and international relations and so on and so forth. To be admitted, I think, depending on the university, of course, you have to have a certain level of, a certain
Yes.
amount of results, and you have to get certain A's and certain B's, just like how you guys have it. And then to be admitted, because it's an English-speaking country, so most students have to, from a foreign country, unless your country speaks English as a native language, if not, you have to sit for English exams to, like it's called IELTS or TOEFL or something like that, and you have to pass that test to be admitted. But mainly based on you and the results and where you come from, your background, and how, it depends on how your university sees you, whether you have potential or not. So, I think most students could most probably go to the United States, but at the same time you have to have to apply for visas and all that. You need to show how much money you have, and education in the United States is expensive, and you need to prove that you can pay for it, you can study for it, and you can actually be successful.
Okay. Was it hard for you to leave your country?
To leave? No, absolutely not. I think it was easy for me because I wanted to do something new in life. I was 19, turning 19, and I left my hometown and went to a different city, and I loved it. It was a different experience. 4 seasons. It was cold. It was very cold. Minnesota was very cold, and my first state that I went to was Minnesota, and it's below zero. So Valencia is nothing. Valencia is like summer over there. Well, not exactly, but something like that. But and it was people are different. The culture is different. A lot of people think America is just there's not much of a diversity in terms of culture, but there's a lot of differences. So I liked it. I was looking forward to the new adventure, to the new challenge. So it wasn't hard. So, it was hard for my parents. Yeah. And my grandma she was pretty sad, but for me I was like, yes.
Did you study Spanish in your school? Is there anyone in your family who speaks other language?
Yeah, my mom, my dad, most people in my family, they speak 2 or 3 languages. And English is like either the first language or second language. So everyone basically speaks English. A lot of people know English. And then Spanish, I took 2 months of Spanish in the United States. My teacher was from Mexico. Yeah, and it was interesting for me to learn Spanish. I learned a lot. Clearly, I cannot speak Spanish, so I did not learn a lot. But my teacher was, she's actually Mexican or Peruvian, I forgot, but I think she's Mexican. And but she was fantastic. I kept calling her Señorita, and she's like, no, Señora. So because she looked young, I thought it's funny, but for her it's a sign of respect.
Yes.
You cannot call a teacher Señorita. Apparently, so I have to call her Señora or Dona.
Yes.
Yeah. And then and also Spanish. I learned some Spanish culture when I was taking dancing lessons. Like we learned not Spanish, but we learned some Latin American like tango and cha-cha and merengue, and a lot of those are Latin American. But I don't think I learned anything about Spain in terms of dancing, because I think flamenco, nothing. I mean, it's tough. Okay, paso doble, not really either. Paso doble is Spanish, right?
Yes.
in terms of language, yes, I took 2 months, but I didn't. Mainly, it's Latin American Spanish and not Spanish from Spain, not lengua castellana. So.
Can you tell me some cultural difference between your home country and Spain?
Home country where I was born is Malaysia. So Malaysia and Spain, I think they share, besides the language and the food, they share a lot of cultural differences, cultural similarities. It's not really that much of a. I could see some differences in terms of architecture, of course, food, the language, the way the people look. They look different. In Malaysia, they're more multiracial. That means you see a lot of Chinese, Indians, the native people which are Malays. You see some people from Bangladesh, some people from Indonesia, Thailand. It's a lot more multicultural. And the food is different in the sense that different races have different food, of course, different types of food, and so it's very readily available. Like you see a lot of open air stalls, hawker stalls. And then in America, I would say it's you don't get authentic Spanish paella, for example. No,
yes.
it's very Americanized. Just like their food, the Mexican food is also Americanized. Like they call it Tex-Mex.
Yes.
Texas, Mexico, I think. I'm not sure. But other than that, there's differences in terms of habits. Yes, you don't see people eating what's it called, the seed, the black and white seed, pipas. You don't see people throwing pipas on the street. Yeah, you don't see that. Usually, in terms of the habit of smoking, for example, here there are more people smoke here. I believe, but people smoke out in the open. Close to the building. Over there, you can't smoke very close to the building. You have to be 10 meters away from the building because it's a fire hazard. That means it's possibly might burn down the building and so on and so forth. Then architecture, like traveling, it's an old country. This country is older than America in terms of its founding. So I think it's more rich in the sense that everything about Spain is strong. Other than that, do you have any specific things you want to ask about the differences, or?
No, I think
Just generic.
what you say is good.
Okay. What other festival do you celebrate in your country?
In my home country, depending on the races, usually, like for example, the Chinese people celebrate Chinese New Year. The Malays, most of the Malays are Muslims, so they celebrate Muslim festivals, like in the Middle East.
Yes.
And then the Indians, they celebrate Diwali. They celebrate,
Different.
there's a lot of things, but I pretty much involve myself in as much as I can, like the Christmas, Easter. I celebrate pretty much everything because I'm non-religious, and I'm not religious, but because my friends are from different races, different cultures, different ethnicities, so whenever they celebrate something and I go there, you'll most probably find me there because there's free food. So I like food, and before that I was not a vegetarian. Now I'm a vegetarian, but before I was not a vegetarian, so I just tried anything and everything. So diversity, there's a lot of diversity in Malaysia, in Australia, in the USA as well.
Yes. Why did you go to America? Why did you leave your country?
I went there for my education. I left in 2005, I think. Yeah, somewhere around there. And I went there and mainly for my education. 2005, I think. Yeah, somewhere around there. And mainly for my education, that's about it. And I wanted to explore, do something different in my life because I didn't want to stay very close to my home because I get very comfortable because I'm the only child in my family. So I get very comfortable with my mom, my dad, and when they're around, I want to go back home more often. And I think I wanted to be somewhere where it's totally different, where I don't know anyone over there. I wanted to do something more with my life. I wanted to earn something from the U.S. because the United States education, I heard, is pretty good. So I why not? So that's the main reason.
What is the typical food of your home country?
Typical food, not paella. It's no, it's a lot. It depends on the race as well. I mean, like if you want to see Malaysia, then Indian. In Indian, there's also different types of Indians, and then there's Chinese. There's different types of Chinese. I would say it's called roti canai, which is like it's like a fried bread, like fried bread with gravy, curry. And, so that is the traditional. Everyone knows it. Everyone has it. In America, I don't know if I can safely say it's McDonald's, but I don't think so. I don't know. It's a lot of things. French fries. It's not.
Yeah.
As well, but no, but that's a lot. I mean, there's traditional food. I mean, like when I came to Spain, the first thing came to my mind was paella, your tapas, your cervezas.
Cerveza.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that came to mind when I came to Spain. But to mention America, Malaysia, Australia, or New Zealand, there's not like one food that I could think of
Yeah.
that you must try. There are many.
Yes. Do you know some immigrant people of your country?
Immigrants in my country. You mean people from? Yeah, I know many people from that came to Malaysia or came to United States. A lot of my friends are immigrants. Like America is a land of immigrants. I mean, everyone is from somewhere. A lot of them are. I mean, they were born in America as well, but originally their ancestors, their family, they're all from somewhere. And a lot of my friends that came there are international students that came from like China, they came from a lot of Africa, they came from Asia, Australia, Sweden, Norway, New York. Norway and what was the other one? Denmark.
From different types of the world.
Yeah, pretty much. Not many in my first university, not many are from Latin America. But when I went to South Dakota and I went to North Carolina, a lot of them were also from South America. Especially North Carolina, because North Carolina has, I believe, the most amount of Latin Americans per capita in that state.
Did you see the last Super Bowl?
I saw the highlights of it. I knew Beyonce sang the national anthem, and I don't know I didn't watch it. I think not Broncos. I think the Broncos won. The other team is like North Carolina was in the final. We had Panthers. Panthers is the other team, the blue
Yes.
and light blue and black, and the opposing team, which is called the Broncos, they won. So it was a sad day for North Carolina.
Did you like the halftime
Halftime
show?
No, I didn't watch it, so I didn't know. But what was the halftime show? Did you watch it? No. No. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, usually the halftime show. The last halftime show I watched was Katy Perry with the Sharks. You know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that one. And I watched it when it was controversial, like Justin Timberlake,
Yes.
a long time ago with with Janet Jackson. So it was cool.
Can you tell me some traditions of America and in your native home?
In America, traditions. It's a lot. I think people there they're very patriotic. They love the country. They are very in the inside. They will argue. They argue about the country, the politics, but they don't like other people interfering with. I mean, just like any other country, they don't like any other country interfering with their internal issues. But in terms of traditions, I would say they are. Well, it's very modern traditions. Like I think you do a lot of this over here. Like you have like the Black Friday shopping, and you have the Easter's where you hide your eggs. Do you hide eggs during Easter's?
When the people is small,
Yeah,
sometimes
the
they
kids
have
are.
that.
That's actually I think it's American. I'm not sure, but that's what some of those traditions. Then Halloween, dressing up.
Yes.
those traditions. And then Christmas people are different in Malaysia, for example. Usually Christmas they have open house where different people just come visiting your family and they spend time talking about it. In America, it's more family. They come together with the family, they celebrate the family. They don't usually involve other families. Usually not. And then the other traditions are like the Super Bowl is huge. And then there's in terms of politics, there's always the presidential speeches, and I think it comes live on TV, and people listen to that. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot that I can say, but like turkeys during Thanksgiving, that's a big tradition in America.
Okay, this is other question of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
What do you usually eat during the game?
During the game, it depends. I never attended a Super Bowl before, but during the games, like football games, American football games, usually people they sell hot dogs, with lunch, and they drink soft drinks like Coke, Sprite, so on and so forth. Then they have fries, they have tacos with cheese. You can buy it over there. They have popcorns, the usual junk food. And then very touristic. And then the good part, the best part about the football games is that before the game starts, they have this thing called tailgating. So like a couple of hours before the game starts, everyone is like in the parking lots, in their trucks, and you'll be cooking, they'll be barbecuing, and they'll be grilling things, having beer, getting drunk, playing games before the game. Then they go to the stadium. If they have tickets, they go to the stadium and they watch the game. So.
Do you often see it with your friends?
Do you mean the Super Bowl?
Just
Not much. I watched it twice. That's about it because I'm not a fan of American football. I like soccer. I mean football, European football. I watched other things like basketball. But mainly soccer, football. Like a lot of coming back to the question about non-friends that are immigrants from other countries. A lot of my football friends are not Americans. They're from Mexico. They're from Colombia, and they play differently compared to people in Europe and Spain. And I played it because they're more. I think they learned it the American way. They're more physical, and they are they're more brute. But whereas in Europe, in like Spain, they are more technical. They like to pass and they like to give that clean pass. Like to play a beautiful game. Whereas we like to win ugly. Yeah, so it's different in that sense. Yes.
This is the interview.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for having me.